Okay, the next part we're going to do is 295857 shaft cap. So it's this part right here. When we're going to start, if we look at this really quickly, we'll notice that it is not a metric part. So I'm going to go into Inventor, start a new drawing. So I'm going to click New, Standard Inch IPT. It's an English one. Click Create. And while this tries to figure itself out and get all loaded up, looks like it's going to be quick. I'm going to go back here and look at this real quick. Okay, so when we do this, I'm going to do it the same way. I'm going to create a center line on the origin point, right, like that. And then what I'll do is I'm going to go in here. I'm going to make this shape. I'm going to start a draw line across here, come up here. I'll probably put a fillet in later that won't do that. So I'll make it straight across back in here, come up to that right there, and I'll do a fillet there. So I'm going to make straight lines of this shape right here. So and I'm going to come to right there and start that over. That's the shape that we're going to do, and then we'll revolve it. And once we get that all figured out, then the part's going to be done. So it shouldn't take too long to do this. So I'll start back here by clicking on center line, click line, draw a line here, out like that, and coincident constraint the midpoint to the origin point. What we learned last time is to get it fully constrained, that had to be dimensions. So I'm just going to make it 2 inches wide. All right, so that's fully constrained. All right, the next thing I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and make that shape I was talking about. So I'm going to put this shape in here like, ooh, I did it again every single time. So I'll turn that off first and then click this and I'll undo that. Look at that, it just changes it automatically. So now I can go in here and draw a line that goes from this endpoint straight up, this one back in, this over like this. This comes out here, I think like this shape, like this. This one comes up a little bit taller than the other piece that's going to be inside here. This comes sticking out like this, and I think that's on the same level. I might have to change some things there. So this comes down to about right here, comes out to about right there, and then comes down and closes that part off. So that's what that should look like essentially. Now we'll start worrying about some other things. So this bottom piece right here, I'm going to make that so that is the midway around that right there. Worry about some other things that I think we're going to say that this and this are equal. Those two are equal to one another. So that centers that. But this top part might not be centered, so I'm not going to do that. Looks like everything else is constrained the way I want it to. Still need 10 dimensions, so we'll go in here. And I'm going to start with the outside one first, the largest one. So that's 5.75. So that way it moves everything out if I need to. So this is 5.75. Oh, it's going to make it a little bit smaller. So that's okay. So this is what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to undo that. And since I know that that's not going to work the way I want it to, I'll go ahead and even take that off of there completely. I'm going to start on the inside then because it's going to be smaller than we thought than I originally drew it. So I'll start with this one. And the inside of that is going to be 1 inch. So that's going to be 1 inch there. Let's go up to the next one. So we started to this one. Let's go out to this one here. That's 2 inches. So I'll put a dimension on from here to here. That's a 2-inch diameter there, right? And then let's see what the next one is. So I'm not going to worry about this radius or that radius, but I'll go out here. This one's 3.75. So I'll put a dimension on from here to the center point there. It puts the diameter on at 3.75, right? So now we're getting things kind of worked out the way we want it to. Let's look on this one. That was 5.75 on the outside there. Notice I'm just working my way around this way. So we'll go 5.75 there. 5.75. So that gets that one blue. Let's get a horizontal one on that one right there. And so that one's 4.75. So I'll dimension from here down to here. That one, oh, look how close that was. 4.75 is right there. Okay, so now we can start doing the other dimensions. Let's look at widths. So we'll look at this one and say that that's 0.5. So the dimension across here is 0.5. All right. So let's see can I figure out what that one is right there across this opening here. That's from here. They use this dot symbol sometimes as an arrow that has 2 places there. It makes it save some space. So we're going to put in 1 inch right there. So this dimension here is 1. All right, so let's see what other ones we got. This one, the width across there to figure out. So how's that one going to work out? So this is 2.62 and this is only 0.62 out here. So 3.25 out here. So let's do that. We're going to put a dimension that goes from here out to here, and that is 3.25. This one was 2 point something, 2.62. So 2.62. All right. So now I got that one worked out. Let's see, is there some way that I know if I did this off of here? From here over to there is 0.75. So let's see if I mess this up. So I want to go from here to here is 0.75. 0.75. And now my drawing is fully constrained. So I'm ready to finish that sketch and extrude it, or not extrude it, revolve it. So that's what that part looks like, revolved. All right, so there's a couple other things in here that we needed to know, right? One is how to do the fillet, so we'll go ahead and add a fillet in here. The fillet is 0.25. So I'll go there, and I'm going to click on this loop right there and that loop right there to make those, apply those right there. So I've got that kind of figured out. Let's see, was there any on the other side also? So both of those on the other side need to be done. So I'll spin this around on this side and do a fillet right here and right there. Click apply, and we got that. So now that's the part, that's the entire part. So I'm going to click save. We'll save this part as what it was called there, which was 295.857 shaft cap. So here we'll save this as 295-8-57, and it is a shaft cap. Oops, shaft cap. All right, I'm gonna double check 295.857, 295.857 shaft cap, and click save. So then when we go in here, we'll click new. We're going to make the drawing now. And see create. I'm going to change this page size. I'm going to bring it down to C size again. And put my base view in here. And I'm going to go ahead and look at it from the front this way. So I'll put that right there. And click OK. And then when I do my section view, I'm going to select this view. Put this right over the middle. Come straight down through here like that. Right click, continue, and move this over here to the side. So now I've got that view in place, and I can start dimensioning this part. So I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensions on that we know. So this is 1. Oh, that one should, I'll double click that. 1, and we're going to change that to say through, but I'm going to turn the cap lock on because you always use caps. So that's through. This one should be 2. This one, 3.75. This one's 4.75. And this one is 5.75. Oh, I totally forgot I want to put center points on this. So there we got a center mark going through there. I also want to do that here, so I'm going to put in a centerline bisector on this and this. So that gets that in there. The other thing I might do is click on this and drag this out just a little bit beyond the part. So now we know that center goes all the way through there. That makes everything round. And we're ready to, I'm not worrying about diameters on this. I am worrying about distances, like the distance from this line to this line should be 0.5. And I'm going to put that right there. The distance from this line to this line is 1. Alright, so one of the other important ones, so let's see if we can move this. I hit escape twice. I'm going to move this. Can I move that into the middle here? I'm going to move it over here a little bit because I got more space, because what I want to do is I want to put a distance that goes from this face to this face and line that up right here. Alright, so I got that one in place. We might also want to know what the distance of this line is right here, so now we've got that figured out. And the last one is this one right here. Go from here out to here, so that tells us how wide that is. Those were the distances we needed to know. Let's see if there's anything else. Any width distances, 0.75, that one there. This is, when there are parentheses on it, it's a reference dimension. You really don't need them. So the only thing I have left, oh, that's got to be 0.25, and that's 0.25. So we'll go out here and we can do a little bit of work to do this. We'll put this one in, so it should automatically come out as 0.25. I might put that right there. And for clarity, instead of cutting that right there, I'm going to move this. See how it cuts that? And we don't want to see that if you can help it. So we'll move it over to this side here. So now all those dimensions are on there. The only thing we have left is to dimension this. And we'll put this on. Oops, apparently something happened. Click dimension. Oh man, clicking on that center, the midpoint, I don't want that. So we're going to put that and make that a typical. Or we could do this. Yeah, we could do. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to change this radius and put 4 places, because we are doing it in 4 places. All right, so we got that part figured out. That's the whole thing there. We could go back in and project this view. I'm going to project an isometric view up to here like that. Right click and create, and I'm going to double click on that view. Change the scale of it to half scale, and maybe move that up out of here, out of the way a little bit. Click OK, and now I've got that part. So now it's just an isometric view that's up on there. Double click, go to Eye Properties. We're going to change this to the title of this part with shaft cap. I've got my all caps on, shaft cap. The company, whatever your company is. Cattle Run High School. Going to the project thing here, and our part number was 295-8-57. Oops. 57, and that is not, that's the part number. We'll change the description to shaft cap, and click apply and close, and it all fills in there. Double click your mouse wheel. This is where you would make the PDF and move on, but we're ready to move to the next part.